Midday Update. Coming up are the headlines for the day. Oman's pavilion at International Book Fair witnesses great public presence. Khatmat Malaha Port Customs thwarts smuggling of tobacco products. First time in GCC, Royal Hospital treats childhood leukemia with advanced technology. Elon Musk threatens to walk away from Twitter takeover bid. South Africa says Gupta brothers arrested in UAE. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson survives no confidence vote and calls win decisive. WTA rankings, Iga Swiatek extends lead, Pegula makes top 10 debut. Manchester City's Gundogan turning into Germany's leader to beat England. Those were the headlines. Now for the local stories for the day. The Sultanate of Oman's pavilion at the International Book and Publishing Fair in Rabat, Kingdom of Morocco, has witnessed a distinguished turnout to learn about the Omani culture. Oman News Agency revealed that the Sultanate of Oman's pavilion at the International Publishing and Book Fair in Rabat, Kingdom of Morocco, is witnessing a distinguished public presence to learn about the Omani culture. The Ministries of Culture, Sports, Youth and Information participated in the exhibition's activities in its 27th session, which is being held from June 2nd to 12th. Khatmat Malaha Port Customs has thwarted an attempt to smuggle quantities of prohibited tobacco derivatives into the Sultanate of Oman. The customs port of Khatmat Malaha seizes quantities of tobacco derivatives precisely hidden in different parts of the vehicle, Oman Customs said in a statement. For the first time in the Sultanate of Oman and Gulf Cooperation Council countries, Royal Hospital was able to treat a girl with Down syndrome and leukemia through immunotherapy. Oman News Agency said in a statement the following. The Royal Hospital was able to, for the first time in the Sultanate of Oman and the GCC countries, treat a girl with Down syndrome and leukemia through immunotherapy, which was carried out at an advanced stage after her treatment with chemotherapy was difficult. Dr. Alia bint Mohammed Al-Mugheri, a consultant pediatrics hematology oncology at the Royal Hospital, explains that immunotherapy is provided in other countries in cases of relapse of the patient's health, and that giving immunotherapy at an early stage of treatment is advanced and world-leading. Those are the local stories. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with the international stories for the day. Stay tuned.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Welcome back to Midday Update. Now for the international stories. Billionaire Elon Musk threatened to pull out of his multi-billion-dollar bid to purchase social media giant Twitter, according to a letter sent by his lawyers on Monday. Twitter and Musk have gone back and forth for several weeks ever since the Tesla and SpaceX CEO announced his intention to purchase the social media giant in April. In the letter, which was filed by Musk's lawyer to the US Securities and Exchange Commission, the billionaire said he had repeatedly asked Twitter to send data on fake accounts and spam bots on the site. According to Musk's legal term, Twitter has so far offered to provide details about the company's testing methods on how they calculate their fake account estimates. Musk's lawyer, however, said that the offer is tantamount to refusing Mr. Musk's data requests. His legal team further described the lack of data as a clear material breach under the merger agreement between Twitter and Musk. They added that the billionaire reserves his rights not to consummate the transaction as well as his right to terminate the merger agreement. Twitter did not immediately comment on the letter. However, it previously released what it called details of Musk's takeover bid that appear to show Musk taking no interest in this issue before launching his bid. According to the account of Twitter's proxy statement for investors, Musk did not seek from Twitter any public info regarding Twitter. It is the first time that Musk has officially threatened to withdraw his bid to buy the company. The South African government on Monday said authorities in the United Arab Emirates have arrested Rajesh Gupta and Atul Gupta. The Indian-born brothers are friends of former South African President Jacob Zuma. They are accused in South Africa of using their connections to Zuma to profit financially and influence senior appointments. The pair deny any wrongdoing. The two countries ratified an extradition treaty in April of last year, which South African President Cyril Ramaphosa hoped would lead to the return of the Guptas. It was not immediately clear whether the arrest would facilitate that. Discussions between various law enforcement agencies in the UAE and South Africa on the way forward are ongoing, the government's Ministry of Justice and Correctional Services said in a brief statement, adding that it will continue to cooperate with the authorities in the UAE. The Gupta brothers left South Africa after Zuma was ousted in 2018. An inquiry was established in 2018 to examine allegations against Zuma. Interpol issued a red notice for their arrest in July 2021. The organization said the Gupta brothers were being sought for fraud and money laundering in connection with $1.6 million contract paid to a Gupta-linked company. The Centrist Democratic Alliance, which is South Africa's largest opposition party, welcomed their arrests. We hope that this is indeed the beginning of arrest and prosecution of those who have, locally and abroad, looted our country for years and are directly responsible for the hardships that millions of South Africans face today, the Democratic Alliance said. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson described his vote victory as good news and a decisive result as he managed to save his premiership by a slim margin. I think it's an extremely good, positive, conclusive, decisive result which enables us to move on to unite, Johnson said in an interview shortly after the vote. An astonishing 148 of Johnson's own lawmakers turned against him on Monday night, whereas 211 voted in support of him, sources reported. What it means is that as a government, we can move on and focus on the stuff that really matters to people, Johnson said, further adding that the result gives his government an opportunity to put behind us all the stuff that people in the media like going on about. However, Johnson said he was not interested in calling a snap general election, but he did not decline the chance to rule one out. The vote saw 211 votes in favour and 148 votes against him, according to the chairman of the party committee, Graham Brady. The opposition and the members of his own party demanded his resignation over the Partygate scandal as they raised concerns over his regime and termed Johnson a liability. Johnson has been facing accusations over lockdown parties at his home and offices. He broke his own government COVID-19 lockdown rules by inviting and attending gathering at the government offices. He will likely seek to frame the result as a chance to move on, but the slim margin of victory means his job security remains in peril, sources reported. After febrile speculation about the number of Conservative MPs who would vote against Johnson, the final figure who rebelled against him was higher than many expected, as a staggering number of 148 of his own lawmakers decided they had no confidence in Johnson's leadership against 211 who support him. However, 58.6% of Conservative MPs backed him, a worse result than former Prime Minister Theresa May, who had the support of 63% of her lawmakers, 200 in a much smaller parliamentary party, when she faced a confidence vote in 2018, the report added. With that, we'll take a short break and we'll be back with the sports stories for the day. Stay tuned.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Welcome back to Midday Update, now for the sports stories. Number 1 Iga Swiatek's second triumph at the French Open extended her lead to almost twice as many points as the second-ranked Annette Kontaveit in WTA rankings of singles on Monday. The Polish star's Roland Garros title triumph solidified her place atop the WTA world rankings, and she has 8,631 points. She has won 6 straight titles this season. Despite a defeat in the first round of the French Open 2022, Kontaveit has attained number 2 for the first time with 4,326 plus 3 points. After the tournament, Jessica Pegula and Coco Gauff both reached new career highs. Following her first appearance in a Grand Slam final, 18-year-old American Coco Gauff jumped 10 spots to reach from number 23 to a career-high ranking of number 13. Gauff advanced to the championship match in Paris without falling a set and collects 1,300 ranking points. Her doubles partner Jessica Pegula moved to number 8 for the first time from number 11. Pegula had won a career-best 36 matches last season and already has earned 23 wins in the 2022 season following a clay court campaign in which she finished as runner-up at Madrid and advanced to the quarterfinals at Roland Garros. Manchester City's master maker Ilkay Gundogan seems the perfect match to help Germany survive the Nations League encounter against England this Tuesday evening in Munich. While German national coach Hansi Flick is making a secret out of his starting 11, the 31-year-old midfielder's inside knowledge of English football seemed to turn him into a valuable force. Ahead of the 2014 World Champions' second appearance in this season's National League, Flick announced to change his first 11. German media reports that Gundogan is going to start in the German shirt. After his 2 goals against Aston Villa made the Sky Blues take the Premier League title, the German turned up in a good mood for a press conference. Robustness and a high-quality performance level are needed to kick the can down the road against 3 Lions, sources stated. Despite his outstanding quality, Gundogan never managed to develop into regular in the German team. Flick and his predecessors Worm Leeuwik mostly counted on Bayern midfield duo Joshua Kimmich and Leon Goretzka. The disappointing 1-1 draw against Italy in this season's National League opener seems to have made Flick change his mind. The German coach praised Gundogan's qualities as a player but at the same time as a human. The team benefited from his experience and his ability to deliver stability. Gundogan admitted to being in talks with this club while media reports speak of the interest of several top European sides to sign him despite a valid contract until 2023. Those were local, international and sports stories for the day. For more updates, stay tuned and keep watching TTV.
You've just heard the live feed from the TTV studios on TFM 95.4. Let's talk.